here and got new tires on. Got them on. It fixed the vibration. Bad thing is, now I'm having clearance issues. It's touching the bag now. Blew a hole in the fitting. I'm trying to come up with some wood designs to get my spacing out. It's pretty much touching up there, so there's like no clearance there. Wanted to fill in this gap anyways. 1.25 inch should get me pretty decent right here, and all I gotta do is roll the fender a little bit. So I got a piece of wood, and I found these bolts. I get this piece of wood to be the same thickness, about 1.25 inches. Then I'm thinking, bolt a piece of wood on here as my spacer guide to fit and see if that's gonna be the right one before I buy a stud kit, because I gotta get a stud kit. So, and then an actual adapter on there. So before I buy all that, I'm gonna make a wood template and see what we got. All right, here's my latest concoction. Those like that, and then just sandwich those 3 nuts right there. That would be a 1-inch spacer, which would basically have it just a touch of poke. Pretty flush with it. So we ditched the wood idea and we went for washers with tape around them so they don't move. That way we could actually put them on and lower the car. So that's what it'd be like sitting. So there's still a little bit of poke inside or dip in there, but it's already touching right here. And then this is pretty much what it'd look like driving. So that'd be the front shot. All right, so this is the mount we ended up going with. It's about 1.25 inches. See if I can find the 5x108 with a 64 mil hub, so that way everything works just fine. I actually contacted a local fabrication shop. I didn't realize they're only like 10 minutes away. Contacted them and asked them if they'd be willing to build me one, because apparently they don't make any in the right hub size. But if they can't get that made for me, then I'm going to order some that are the wrong hub size, and I'm going to have to sand them to fit. That'll be fun. Got longer bolts so we can test it in the back. That's what it looks like. It's pretty flush in the back, but it's almost, I feel like it could come out more, but we got a new problem. The tire's stuck up in there. Stuck on the fender right here. It's caught the tire. Alright, so I got the custom spacers. They're on their way. I got a lug side kit on the way. But while we're waiting, I realized that the reason why this side, which is the driver's side, was touching and the other side wasn't, was because the thing was actually off. So like the other side was from the top of the bolt to right there, but then on this one it was almost like that. So raise the bag up almost 1 inch there, and then I'm going to put the fitting on the back side right there so that way it doesn't rubbing. So we should have tons more clearance than we did before. No, you just love it when you try to do a simple project like change the back brakes, and yeah, you added strip bolts here, strip bolts there. The guide pin got stuck in there. I had to source a new one, so changing the brakes went from like a simple process to a multi-week process. Woo! Get your cold cuts, get your cold cuts, get your cold cuts. I got the bolt out, I got the bolt out, I got the bolt out. Alright, now we got that done. It's been a few weeks since the last video, but we got a fresh shipment in from Fitment Industries. Alright, these Volvos, they come with a lug bolt like that. So what we did is I got these lug studs made for me, so they have a kit, so that way that screws in, that goes in like there. Comes through these custom spacers I had made for me by Fitment Industries. Got those, they're 1.25 inches. Came with these, go inside there, and then I went to the American wheels and tires and got some bolts that thread straight onto there. And so when you take all of those and put them on together, it's got the studs like that, like more of like a Northern American car instead of a European car. So that way these custom spacers fit right on there, and then you can bolt your wheels on just like normal. With all that together, it should look something like this. So there's some pretty decent fitment there. There's still a little bit more in there because it's where it's cambered, but you can see the wheels touching right there, so I'm gonna have to roll these out right here. Fender roller is acquired. There's one slight problem. No matter how small I make it, it's too big. Like, it should be sitting about right here and then go up, but it seems like this one's too big for, so hammer time it is. Alright, so now that we know everything fits right, let's go ahead and start installing stuff for real. So we're going to head and put a little bit of red Loctite on there, and we're going to put all 20 on here, and then we're going to adapt the spacers on there, get them snugged up the way they're supposed to be, and then we'll start hitting this with a fender with the hammer, and we'll start working our way around. And just like that, we got them all torqued down, so now that's nice and tight, and you can see a weird look of a Volvo with the studs on it. I just gotta throw that on there. Where? Oh, it's on here already. So now all we gotta do is torque those down. So I'll have my mom get in the car, hold the brake, torque these down. Got all 4 on and torqued. Now it's hammer time. Hammer, hammer, hammering my fenders, hammer, hammer. Bending them right so I don't cut my tires, hammer, hammer. Alright, with that jacked all the way up, I got the fender rolled a little bit. So now it's going decently through here, so it's touching right here. So I need to do just a little bit more there, and I do a little bit here. But for the most part, it seems like it's getting fairly decent through there. I do like the way it's in here, but I feel like I could almost come out a little bit more, but if I come out any more here, I'm gonna have a lot of fitment issues. And now all we gotta do is do the same thing on the other side, and then we can drop the rear down and see how everything fits. I got a bit of a problem here. I was jacking the car up to see how it fit on the front, and that's not even completely aired out. That's like drive height, so I might have to add a little bit of camber to the front. Alright, I moved that top one in about a ½ inch, so let's see how it fits now. Alright, that's with the wheel all the way up. I think that should look pretty good. And it doesn't even touch, it only like just barely touches right there, but there's still a little bit of clearance. So all I gotta do is roll the fender just so it doesn't pull it out. And then should be good to just adjust on the other side. Because what happened was is this one was the one that was in the crash on that side. So it's got more adjustability, so I just gotta match it on that side and we should be good. Alright, just like that. We got that nice and rolled. What it looked like was like that before, where there was an edge on there, so we just took that side, flipped it up. So now we just gotta do it on the driver's side. Alright, that side is rounded now. Just ignore that little bit of rust spot that was there before. But so now what we gotta do, we gotta wallow this hole out that way just a little bit, make it a little wider, so that way I can get a little bit more camber adjustment. Here it is. A little bit of drilling later, and both sides are looking pretty good. Alright, and with that, we got the spacers on. So now we don't have a huge gap right there. There's still a touch of gap, but nothing a set of wheels won't do later on. But they definitely gets me a good bit closer to looking good. So this is drive height. And then this is what it'll look like when it's on the ground. Got a little bit of camera on the front, a little bit of camera on the back now. So now, once we get a set of wheels, we'll go one with a little bit of a lip in there, poke out that last little bit, and we should be set. Yeah, made it out to the Food City, no problem. Getting some gas, no fitment issues. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for see what's next.